In the year 1764, the Enlightenment was sweeping across Europe. Science and reason were supposed to have replaced the monsters of the dark. But in the remote province of Gévaudan, France, something emerged from the shadows. It was something science couldn't explain, and an army couldn't kill. For 3 years, a territory was held hostage by a predator with human-like intelligence. Over 100 people were torn apart, not by a pack, but by a single solitary shadow. This isn't just a campfire story. It is a meticulously documented historical event. It involves royal decrees, military failure, and a mystery that in 2026 we are only just beginning to solve. The nightmare began in early summer. Young woman tending cattle near the forest of Mercoeur. She saw a reddish-brown shape charging at her. Her life was only saved because her bulls charged. They forced it back into the brush. She described it as huge, with a black stripe and a sickening smell. Weeks later, the luck ran out. 14-year-old Jeanne Boulette was found partially eaten. She was the first of many children and women to be targeted. The real fact baffled authorities. Wolves usually attack the limbs to bring down prey. The Beast of Gévaudan did the opposite. It went straight for the head and neck, often decapitating its victims with a single massive bite. It seemed to ignore livestock entirely, even leaping over fences of sheep to get to the shepherd. The local peasants began to whisper a terrifying word: loup-garou, a werewolf. As the death toll climbed into the dozens, the news reached the ears of King Louis XV in Versailles. Embarrassed that a simple animal was outsmarting his subjects, he declared a state of emergency. He dispatched Captain Diamel and a troop of light dragoons, the 18th century equivalent of special forces. Duhamel organized massive battues or hunts, involving up to 30,000 armed men. But the beast was a ghost. It was seen in 2 different villages miles apart on the same day, leading to theories that there were 2 creatures or that it could teleport. When Diamel's men finally cornered it and fired a volley of musket balls, witnesses claimed the beast simply shook itself off and leaped a 30-foot ravine to escape. The king, furious at the failure, recalled the army and sent his own personal gun-bearer, Francois Antoine. Antoine eventually killed a massive wolf and sent it to Paris. The king celebrated. The press moved on, but in the mountains of Gévaudan, the screaming started again. The second wave of attacks was even more brutal. It wasn't until June 19, 1767 that the terror ended. A local farmer named Jean Chastel, a man of deep faith, joined a hunt organized by a local nobleman. Legend says Chastel sat down in a clearing, pulled out his Bible, and began to pray. The beast stepped out of the woods and simply watched him. Chastel calmly put his book away, loaded his musket with a silver bullet he had cast and blessed himself, and shot the creature through the heart. The real fact lies in the surgeon's notes from that day. When they cut the beast open, they found the remains of a young girl's femur in its stomach. The surgeon, Monsieur Boulanger, noted that the creature's anatomy was non-lupin. It had a massive, wide head, a flexible spine like a cat's, and a double row of teeth. Its hide was so thick that several old musket balls were found flattened against its skin, never having penetrated the muscle, explaining why it seemed immortal to the soldiers. So, what was it? In 2026, historians and biologists have a chilling theory. The beast's description, the reddish fur, the stripe, the head-crushing bite perfectly matches a crocuta. Crocuta, the spotted hyena, or possibly an extinct relative. But hyenas aren't native to France. The darkest theory suggests that a local nobleman, possibly the son of Jean Chastel himself, had returned from Africa with an exotic animal and armored it with boar hide to make it bulletproof, training it to hunt humans as sick entertainment. Whether it was a biological freak or a man-made monster, the Beast of Gévaudan remains a glitch in history. It proved that sometimes the things that go bump in the night have very real teeth. Please like, subscribe, and follow for more unbelievable real facts.